students who are enrolled in the dual enrollment program. What that means is those students that are interested in going to college, they can go to college while they're in high school. And we pay for that in our school system. So they can come out with an associate's degree if they work hard enough, or at least that first semester in college already done. So we went from 250 students to 600 students that are enrolled in dual enrollment. Language immersion. We have kids that start in first and second grade immersed in Spanish, French, and Mandarin. So when they get to the 5th and 6th grade, they are fluent in that language. So we went from 5 of those programs to 9 programs. So what I want to do as I continue to be your District 9 representative is to continue to expand and increase the programs that we have for students and talk about our success a little more. Thank you. I'm sorry, ladies. You were members for District 9. Thank you.
What's that old saying? If you continue to tell a child that they're dumb or slow or stupid or unintelligent, then they begin to believe it. If you listen to what she said it's time to start telling our children that they're somebody, they're smart, they can achieve, they can be anything they want to be. All we have to do is help them and tell them that. And so I think we heard that from one of the other politicians here a couple of weeks ago saying the same thing, that we need to let our children know that we believe in them. Regardless how you feel about leadership, children, that's our number one product. And we've got to continue to uplift them. Who's next? Over here. Okay, you're next. Hey, come on up, clerk of court. All right.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Let's try that one more time. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dula, for inviting me. Thank you to my sister, who I love dearly. She makes me so proud. My name is Mahasana Amin, and I'm running for clerk of the circuit court. It's one of those down ballot candidacies. The clerk of the circuit court is the record keeper for the courthouse. They are responsible for every document that comes in and out of the circuit court. They're responsible for recording your deeds to your house. They're responsible for accepting your marriage license. I'm a practicing attorney, and I do primarily domestic law, which is over 50% of the caseload that the court sees. So when you go to file for your divorce or your child support, that's the clerk's office, and you want to make sure those records are kept efficiently. And I've been practicing in southern Maryland, so Prince George's, Charles County, Calvert, St. Mary's County, and they have what's called the Maryland MDAC, which is their electronic filing system, which will be coming to Maryland, we're coming to Prince George's County in 2019, 2020. So everything that's paper is going to be converted to electronic. That's going to be a heck of a task, to say the least, because between Baltimore City and Prince George's County, we're the highest volume courthouse, and I'm ready to take on that task. When you have numerous members of the bench, you have over 200 employees in the clerk's office, not to mention lawyers and a lot of self-represented litigants. You need someone who has the patience, who's good with customer service, and who is reliable, and that is me. I'm born and raised in Prince George's County. I'm a product of Prince George's County public school system. Went to Thomas G. Pullen from 3rd to 8th grade, graduated from Suitland High School, go Rams. And then I went to the University of Florida for law school, and I came back home to go to the University of Baltimore. I clerked for Judge Beverly Woodard in the circuit court. I worked in the public defender's office for a year. My father is a judge in the courthouse, so I literally grew up in the courthouse, and the courthouse is my second home. And I'm ready to, take it, live there, and help the community really understand the purpose of the clerk's office, because it really is the heart of the courthouse. Because when the clerk's office doesn't function well, neither does the courthouse, and that means more litigants have to spend more money, and that's expensive. So I hope I can have your vote. June 26th is very important. Thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting you guys after the event. Thank
you. Big job. Let's see, this side is complete, right? Okay. How about we go right here to Mr. Browning, running for state senate.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Yes.
My name is Deborah Brown, and I'm running for state senate in District 24. I'm a 22-year retired military man in Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm also currently the vice president for the 100 Black Men of Prince George's County Mentoring Organization. I'm a business owner, but most importantly, I'm a father, I'm a husband who's invested in this community. I talked to my kids and I realized that they went to high school here, they went to college. But when I look down the line as far as them being able to get jobs here, to buy homes, start businesses, that's not there. And my kids are important to me because I was a teenage father and watching my kids and a single father, and I realized as I work with them and other people, there's a lack of positive Black role models in our community. While I respect and I honor and I empower, as we say, the year of the women, we need to make sure our men step up beside our sisters who've been carrying us for too long. We can't say it's the year of the women so brothers can just sit down. Currently, with the way that we are going with the state senate, there are 2 Black men representing us in the state senate, and both of them are stepping down. So there's a possibility that in Prince George's County, there will be no Black men represent us in the state senate. So with that being the case, we understand that society and everybody has removed the Black men from position, but we can't do it in our own community. And I see most people here today, they're candidates and their families. And most of us are new. And those who've been around for a while realize new candidates, we come and we talk to each other, and we understand most of us are active and public people, but we lose because we don't learn that political game. We have to learn to beat them at their own game. We have to learn to work together. We know they're a ticket in their establishment, but all of us work in our silos because we have our family and our friends. We can't beat them by ourselves. And it doesn't matter who you're with, you got to start coming together. We got to start having real conversations. Because I love coming here, but we preach to each other all the time. And the question is, the next time you come, bring 5 people. Bring 10 people. Don't just bring your people who live in your district. Bring somebody who lives somewhere else. Because as long as we feel as if we know we're on the right side, but the right candidate doesn't always win. And that's unfortunate. The best candidate is not always in office. The political people win. So we need to learn their game to get in office so we can make the change. And when it comes to policies, it's real simple. Dr. Miller would tell you, she's been down there in Annapolis. You show down in office, you think the first day I'm going to change the world because I'm in office. Winning power and wielding power are 2 different things. You must understand in reality, what can I do to make a difference? Any politician who tells you the delegate or the senator, I'm going to change the education center in Prince George's County, they're lying to you or they're lying to themselves. That's the reality of it. But what you can do, and my focus is going to be, is we need to find a way to build almost like a incubator program for nonprofits. There's so many nonprofits out here who want to help be a bridge. So while we're waiting for the school system, whether it's under this superintendent, the next superintendent, that's going to take a 5-year turn to get it around. If your kid in 8th grade, they don't have 5 years to redo it. So we need to do, sometimes I find parents looking for a tutor, but you have a tutor next door that you don't know because those people want to offer you services. They don't have the marketing ability to reach out. So why not start an incubator program? Just like we know we need a place for domestic violence. We need a place for homelessness. We need a place for parents to be able to reach out for education help, for mentoring help, to make sure the kids and sometimes the parents get that. So we need to make sure grant money that's given to senators and delegates doesn't go to out of state and people not invested in this county. That's a simple, realistic thing that we can do. And sometimes I know, maybe being a military man, people say every year you come off too frustrated. But I tell you think I'm frustrated, you haven't talked to a senior who has to decide between eating or paying her rent. You haven't talked to a parent who's saying, I didn't win a lottery for my kid to go to a certain school. I don't pay my taxes on the lottery, so why the best education is best on the lottery? If you think I'm frustrated, you haven't talked to these 16 to 35-year-old kids because they don't vote, they don't own homes, no one's talking to them. And regardless of how good we eat, how good we pray, Father Time is undefeated. And this is our next generation. We are not investing in our next generation. We keep talking about the young kids are great. The seniors, we owe them. But we're not preparing the 18 and 30-year-olds. They're out here. They're mad. Most of us, we lock our cars when we go to the grocery store. We run out of our churches to get to our car. If we don't start reclaiming our community, and we living in the hands who've been in charge, we have to make a decision. We can't blame them. We can't blame the machine because us not voting, not coming together, we're putting fuel in that machine. And if you feel as if our community is going the right way, keep voting the way you do. If you feel as if that this is a place your kids are going to grow, keep on staying home. And if you feel as if by yourself you can make a difference, don't come together. So I'm not asking you, if you don't vote for me, that's fine. Get out and vote. Get some people to vote. Don't be scared. Don't be so afraid of needing this job that you're afraid we will be mad. Don't say, you know what? I know they're doing bad, but I don't want to say anything too loud because they're going to mess up my job down at the county courthouse. You know, things are going wrong. I don't want this. They might put me on that ticket. I don't like them, but being on that ticket might get me elected. No. Let yourself be your principles better your position. My name is Everett Browning. I like to represent you. Thank you.
All right.
Well, since you're up here, you might as well go there.
I didn't ask for this. I'm going to do this like a form, and I'm just going to keep going, and I'm not going to parrot everyone else's policy prescriptions because we're kind of all on the same page. And in the interest of time, I just want to keep this going. But my name is David Sloan. I'm running for state delegate District 26. I am a proud product of this county and the school system, and I am unapologetically a proud product of Fort Washington and people who live there. I've had in my 35 years a blessed career, and I know God has been there. I have run President Obama's campaigns here in Maryland, been the director of the State Democratic Party, served hungry kids across the state as the director of No Get Hungry Maryland, and the thousands of volunteers who show you how to take control of your own community and get things done. And, you know, we all agree on what's lacking in education, public safety, transportation, healthcare across the board, so I won't do that. But the third and most important principle of our campaign, I won't do the two because we have a lot of time, is that no leader can achieve everlasting good, long-lasting good by themselves.
That's right.
My mother, Reverend Pastor Carol Williams Sloan, taught me that. And we didn't elect Barack Obama one at a time. We did it together.
Right.
We rose and we did it. So how do we do it? We have to understand the problem, and we'll stay here. That in Prince George's County, there are 29 municipalities, and they're not here. They're in the middle or northern part of the county. And so what does that mean? These are incorporated areas where there's a churning of electoral activity, a churning of electoral accountability, and a churning of policy conversation from each block up through the districts, the county, statewide. Right. And everyone who's in elected office in those areas are more accountable than they are here. So we can't create, cities and towns in the 26th, but we already have hundreds of people who are plugged in. And so to really kind of put it in the context of what we need to understand is that when Jay and Chris and Anthony Muse and Tony, right, whoever else is representing us, when they sit across the table in budget conversations at the county or state level, they are sitting across from their colleagues in other districts and hundreds of other elected officials who are lobbying for their cities, their towns, their neighbors. Their civic associations are well resourced, and we're all on islands. So you got to elect folks who understand that our job is to go to Annapolis, do no harm, or pass great policy, and come home 8 months and get to work and get us really organized. Every informal organization that is doing neighborhood work, 501c3, immediately we need to raise money and pay for it. And we need to come together on a quarterly basis to talk about what we're lacking, what is coming, and how we affect it. That is how we come together and move the process forward. Yeah. Sorry I'm talking really fast, but I want to stay under our time. Thank you all so much. Dr. Dula, y'all have a good one.
I'll call you tomorrow. I got a nonprofit I need to talk about, okay? And you too. Maybe we ought to do that. We're going to practice what you guys are preaching here. We're going to do this.
It's serious.
Yeah. Mr. Branch, you ready? Mr. Bruce Branch. Come on down. Always born ready.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be real quick. I'm a minister, so sometimes we can get a little long-winded, but it's good to see everyone out here tonight. Today shows that there's still people who have not lost hope or our ability to move the change of what I call power to bring about important change in policies and laws that impact each one of us. I believe as a great writer said, these are the best of times, but these are also the worst of times. We've come through the storms of life and the valleys, yet I believe that there's still work to be done in Prince George's County. I say there's work to be done when I see outsiders coming into our community with major building projects. There's no minority contractors and few minority workers are hired. Just last week I was across